Hi everybody, I'm Marie Bowser, licensed acupuncturist, and I want to introduce my friend Ursula Ferreira. She's a cranial sacral therapist, and she works with people on embodiment and sexual empowerment. She also crafts flower and gem essences locally here in Oakland, California. And we're talking about how some of the blends that she crafts can specifically help some of my patients and community. There are a lot of topics coming up in my treatment rooms and in just hanging out with friends. We talked in another video about despair.
Yeah.
But in this video, we're going to talk about boundaries.
Yeah.
And essences that can support people in having good boundaries around how much action they're taking, how much how much empathy to give, how much to take care of themselves. And it's not just for our times now, but I think as modern human beings, we need these reminders. So can you tell us about this essence for Best for Boundaries?
So this is Loving Boundaries. And so all of my essences are made as one. They're not blends of other single essences. They're always made as a whole from flowers that are growing. And we're so blessed here to have such a long growing season that, I have a lot of access to many different things.
Yep.
And this one, it's like a joyous riot. I think there's like 16 flowers in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was feeling called to make it, and I was like walking around my neighborhood. It was in the spring actually when it first came through, and they were like, me, and I'm like, oh, okay, you can all come, it's a party. and so I say that because I really feel like it's a community effort, because being boundaries, that's what we need when we're to have good boundaries. Like we want to actually be in community, right?
Yeah.
Instead of like, boundaries are not they're not like castle walls. I mean, sometimes we put up castle walls because that was the best we could do. So this is not criticizing any of us for creating that. But real, living, healthy boundaries are more like, here's my estate. This is the land, and there's doorways and there's gateways and there's different, ways to come in and out and interact and peek out, and, there's just like, it's like this different idea.
Layers.
Right? Layers and ways. So Loving Boundaries addresses like a kaleidoscopic understanding of what boundaries are. So a few of those aspects would be, one is like permission to, permission to go inside and to have the inner space to sort out what's what without feeling like you have to like do emotional labor for other people just to take care of them.
Like it's okay that I'm gonna be alone for a bit.
Yeah, in fact, it's quite important.
Yeah.
Right? Because we have to be self-referencing in order to have good boundaries. Because if we're only ever reacting to other people, then it's like, I think then we start to build those walls, because you're like, I don't know what's here, so I just have to keep you out.
Yeah.
Right? Or maybe end up doing the opposite. Maybe when you open your doors, you just open them so wide that doesn't help either, right? Clear communication. Let's see. Support for like old patterns, right? So that you can also find those places in yourself. Like if maybe you're holding on to stuff that you don't want to hold on to anymore.
Yeah.
Right? And this is so deeply personal, right? No one can tell you. It's like, are you ready to forget? Does it work? Is it real for you to forgive someone?
Yeah.
Like, so support to find that if that's part of the process.
Yep.
And helping us to be filled up, right? So it's like both self-referencing, so it's like we have the center, but then that we're filled up, because if there's some place where we're kind of like a hole, so to speak, because of whatever pattern that came from, it's like, it's like magnetic, right? I think it tends to like suck people in, or we suck people in to fill that hole.
Yep.
So really, so that we can be full of ourselves, right? It's like not full of yourself, like pride, but full of yourself, of your essence, of your radiance, of your love.
Yeah.
All of that. So this one is just really helpful for like every piece that boundaries would require us to. And because I want to say something too, that when we are filled up, when we do have that sense of self, boundaries aren't even just about like verbal communication, right? I mean, clearly that can be a very important part of it.
Yeah.
But I know that I've experienced, and I know other people have experienced, it's like when I shift a pattern in myself, people respond to me differently.
Yep.
Right? So it's like, so that your fundamental embodiment is more whole.
Yeah, it's even more subtle than body language.
Absolutely. It's just like your basic energy.
But powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not to say that if someone does something shitty to you, that it's your fault. I'm not saying that. I just want to be really clear, because it can be, I don't want language to be traumatizing. Sometimes people are just going to be crappy. But even if they are, if you are full in yourself, then you are more empowered to get support, to say no, to do whatever it is that needs to happen.
Nice.
So that you can love yourself and take care of yourself.
I love this idea of just being full.
Yeah.
Not coming from a place of fullness, coming from a place of taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
I think people really need that. I think it's a paradigm shift.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So it's this one's called Loving Boundaries.
Yep.
And Ursula, how do people find it?
So as of this recording, I don't have it on my website yet. I'm going to work to get it up, but you can go to my website and message me on the little thing, and you can still get it. So I'll say it's apothecaryforthesoul.com. That's apothecaryforthesoul.com. And if it's not up there already, then you can just message me and I'll set it up so that we can get it to you, because it is available.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
And we'll there's more to follow.